All right, let's smoke a pork butt today. Look at this little guy. 2.5 pounds, bone in. We've got a big, and I mean big, football game tonight. So I'm getting a nice early start. Just a couple of us, so I didn't need the giant pork butt. And what I like to do on these, I'm gonna give you all my secrets today, is there's this nice thick fat cap on here. I'm gonna score it with a sharp knife just down to the meat, and this is going to help our seasonings get down through there. It's also going to help this fat cap render, and then I'll just come across this way. And that's really, as far as trimming, that's all we need to do to this guy. So that's step number one. Step number two is we need a binder to help our rub stick to the meat. And this is another secret of mine. I like to use this Grill Mates, any one of their marinades really, but this is a mesquite flavored marinade. Pellet smokers don't produce the strongest flavored smoke, and so sometimes I like to add things that have smoke flavor added to them, and that's what we're doing in this case. It doesn't take much. We'll go ahead and rub this over top and all over the sides. And then step three is to use whatever your favorite barbecue rub is. You don't have to go heavy, just a nice light coating. Now that marinade says to let it marinate in the refrigerator for 30 minutes. I ignore that step, and I'll show you why here in a second. And step number four, we're gonna put it in the smoker. The smoker hasn't even been turned on yet. So instead of putting it in the refrigerator for 30 minutes to marinate, what I'm gonna do is put this guy in, fat cap up, if it'll stay. I'm gonna set my smoker to 250. We're gonna turn it on, and it's gonna marinate out here. As the smoker comes up to temperature, I want the pork to come up with it instead of going into a hot smoker. And that'll take about 30 minutes. Plus, we get the benefit of all of this extra smoke during the startup phase. Let me get this closed. And so all of these little things add up to more smoke flavor. All this smoke in the beginning, we're cooking it at 250. It's gonna take a long time to cook. Plus I added that marinade that has smoke flavor in it. And so what we're gonna do from here is just let this go. It's gonna cook to about 200 degrees Fahrenheit. I'm gonna take it up to about 165, and then we might wrap it, put some juice in there to help kind of steam it. But we'll look at all that in a little bit. I might even come out and spritz it with some beer, but let's give it a couple hours. We'll come back out, check on it. I'll show you how it's doing. I can't wait, this is gonna be awesome. And we are exactly 2 hours into the cook. Look at that smoke rolling. I'm about to spritz the pork butt with some beer, but first let's get a look, see how it's doing in there. Woo! Very nice. So all of our rub and marinade has dried out, which is the perfect time to spritz. So I'm just gonna very lightly rehydrate the crust. And I'm gonna come out and do this now probably every 30 minutes. Man, this thing is pumping out smoke today. So there we go. I'll come back in another 2 hours and we'll see how she's doing. And we are 4 hours into the cook. So the first thing I wanna do is check the temperature. Let's see how we're doing. About 165, 150. Starting to get a little pullback on that shoulder blade back there. Just a little bit more spritz on there. And I'm gonna let this go for another hour, and then I'm gonna wrap it up nice and tight. Man, that smells good. Wow. We'll be back. And we just hit the 5-hour mark. It's at about 170 degrees Fahrenheit. And so what we're gonna do now is we're going to steam this for about an hour or until it's absolutely fall apart tender. I'm gonna use a little bit more of my marinade. I'm just putting it on the bottom. I'm not gonna touch the pork itself. And then we're gonna dump in some beer. Maybe about half a cup. And then I'm gonna go ahead and very tightly seal this off with some aluminum foil. And I'm gonna put mine back in the smoker. You could do the same thing in your oven if you wanna save pellets, but I'm not that worried about it. I'm gonna put this up to 300 and she should be done about an hour, hour and a half from now. And then we'll come back and show you what it looks like. And here it is after 7 hours. I've let it rest for a half an hour. I should let it rest longer, but the game is about to start. People are here and I gotta get to business. So I'm gonna shred this up. Shoulder blade comes right out. We're gonna put down some of that Carolina Gold. Shout out to Duke's. Man, they make some good barbecue sauce. I'm really surprised. Nice bark, nice smoke ring. I mean, this all looks pretty outstanding. There you go. Let me build a sandwich. Here we go. Got some coleslaw, a bunch of bees, pulled pork, pickles, lettuce, Carolina Gold barbecue sauce. Let's get a bite. That is so good, very smoky. Give it a shot, you're gonna love it. And you're also gonna love one of those videos right there. Check one of them out. Give me a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you over there.